Good old Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah. Just want to remind everyone Andrea is a streamer as well, and I do hope I can hang out on Andrea's channel again here at some point. I know she got a lot of life things getting in the way, but eh, Andrea's is a great place to hang out. Especially if folks like talking horror or movies in general or crafting. Andrea does a good bit of that. Yeah, and anyone not already following Andrea, fix that. Yeah, one of my favorite people here, and a good hang in person too, I dare say. Oh, and our cabin fever risk went away while I wasn't watching. All right, works for me. Let's see where. All right, so we have just do a quick inventory. I got 5 steaks left to go. That's like 950-ish calories each. Pretty good. We have more than 30 cattails to go. Water's not an issue. Coal's not an issue. Yeah, the issues are our condition, which ticks up ever so slowly, and cabin fever risk, which also ticks up ever so slowly. And yes, we are sitting on 3 stims as well, which is 45% condition. Exhaustion afterward, but we can sleep. I think you missed you sitting in Langston Mine for 25 days. No, it's a different playthrough. Okay, I will respond, Martian, but I don't know if you're in ad realm right now. I don't want to launch into that if you're not going to be able to hear the whole thing, the whole sordid detail. So we'll hold on just a minute, at least until Martian tells us she's out of jail. Oh no no. Oh, we good? Nice. Excuse me. Yeah. So that well we we massively over prepared. Shocking, I know. But yeah, so we actually I think did I write that down? I think I did. Yeah, so we went in with like a whole mess of Briar. Yeah, here you go. 38 Briar House pies, which is ridiculous on its own. Yeah, 38 Briar House pies, 112 pemmican bars, 27 peach pies, 8 go drinks, 4 tins of coffee, 25 caffeine pills, close to 100 vitamin C pills, and more than 100 birch bark teas. When we left, because we did get the achievement, we still had 26 Briar House pies yet to eat, dozens of pemmican bars. We went through all the peach pies, didn't use any of the go drinks. We had like just dozens of birch bark teas still. Never. I went through weeks of sweating and cursing out Sutherland to get caffeine pills. Never used one. I just to see what they do, I used one on the way out of the mine. they give you like a third of your energy bar. So yeah. Now the weird thing was, Martian. I didn't know this at the time, but the Briar House pies actually gave enough outdoor time. I can't remember if it was the Briar House pies, pemmican, or both, but they gave enough credit for outdoor time once we had full cabin fever. We actually lost cabin fever like 8 times. We lost it and then we got it back. So I keep seeing the notifications on the right side saying, you know, cabin fever healed, cabin fever risk, cabin fever healed, cabin fever risk, cabin fever. That kept ticking. Yeah, yeah, which was it was honestly after spending more than almost a month standing in place, partially disassembling the moose-hide cloak. That was the that was basically the extent of our entertainment while we were in there. And I was worried that I would need to, find a place where you like force a sprain just so we can have a save. But no, it turns out we can do that all in one sitting and still have enough energy both for me and for Astrid to basically haul all of our shit out of the mine back up to the fire barrel, where when we do pick up the Stalker run again, we're going to have to sleep off all that cabin fever risk. And there's a lot. But yeah, it's so we got that. And then that knocked us down to 3 achievements yet to go before 100%ing TLD again, which I had done before the new achievements. And as long as I don't mess this up somehow, that'll put us down to 2. Yeah, so we're still shy on the so the one where you got to survive 25 cougar attacks, which I am not looking forward to. And then the one that the Stalker run is focused on, survive for 1,000 days without cheating death. So what I'm thinking is, we just focus on just keep matriculating Astrid down you know down the arrow of time, and then if/when we get to 1,000 days, that is when we pivot and we start looking at going dancing with cougars. Hey, packing. Oh no, Andrea, what happened? Are we taking stuff to Portland, or is it just packing in general? Oh yeah, Martian. Andrea is going to be I think planning a trip to Portland, Oregon at some point. All right, where are we now? 56%. Chat, we're above half health. Wait, is it? Wait, is it really 3 more days? Okay, yeah, okay, we're about to tick over into day 41. That's what it is. I thought something seemed a little off there, but no, that's fine. Three. Well, close. Yeah, yeah, 3 and a bit. Uh, well, if that's the case, yeah, we'll have ourselves another lovely venison steak. Packing for fancy events and also cottage. Okay, yeah, that'll do it. And you want to try to stick to carry on. Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. There's a big difference when you want to travel with stereotypically male clothing expectations and stick to carry on versus if you want to dress nice, or if you are a female and you have those societal expectations on you. Yeah, going 100% carry on there would be a challenge, definitely. But also, I'm not the kind of person who goes to fancy events, so that is not a calculus I have had to do in quite some time. Not never, but quite some time. Oh, oh right, I can do that. Uh, again, I need a quarter of a liter of water to make a single acorn. Seems out of whack, but all right. Could layer stuff, layer your clothes, pack your fancies, and buy stuff from the shops there. I think Portland probably has a thriving thrift scene, but also remember, Andrea is Andrea makes Canadian dollary dues, but she would you'd be buying in American dollary dues when she is within the USA, and the exchange rate is not friendly. Hang on, didn't I have more of those? Oh, oh no, I only had one acorn left over. Eh, right. Okay. Now I remember. Here, go for it. Yeah, we are. Well, I mean, we're not shy on water. We have a goodly amount. So she has to extend. Yeah, and it's like 1 USD it gets you like 1.3 Canadian dollars, which is not very friendly at all. Is anything else we want to cook? No. We don't really need to make tiny teas. Lost the temperature. Oh, nope. Hang on, these fire times seem suspiciously long. Are they getting treated like an outdoor fire? That I know, no, that wouldn't be the case. Because like they don't, like the in the Mystery Lake lookout tower, I think the fire times are regular indoor fires. No, that's probably just me mathing incorrectly. Okay, we there? We are there. 41, yeah, so 4 days to go. 2 more days and we match our PB. Let's see. Oh, right. I don't know if I updated folks from Saturday, like, or if anyone wasn't here for that stream. Um, yeah, so I got a second opinion from a different ophthalmologist. And yeah, last weekend, not the one that just passed, but the one before that, I went to see Dr. Orlando, who now, I don't want to say he blew me off because he didn't do that, but I think he was not concerned about you know me losing vision in my right eye temporarily, I should say. We're all good now, but he didn't he didn't do the greatest job of explaining why he didn't think that was a big deal. And then some folks I spoke to both in person and then here in chat made it clear that I don't know, maybe we want to get a second opinion on that. So I thought, and this might be the first time I've actually done that in my 45 years on this planet. I actually did seek out a second opinion. So I went, so actually my boss recommended Dr. Brian. And in another small world moment, Dr. Brian just happened to have been Dr. Orlando's, one of his professors at medical school. Both ophthalmologists. So Dr. Brian was of a similar opinion that it's not pressing. We don't need to freak out. But he went on to say why. So he said, I'm paraphrasing here, but I'm pretty close. If this was a serious issue, I would be either blind or dead, because it would be a stroke essentially, right? And good old Dr. Google, WebMD, says that a transient ischemic attack is a sign of a stroke. But if that was the case, my vision wouldn't get better, right? These incidents where I lose vision in my right eye, they would be permanent rather than temporary. As it is, when they do happen, they go away after like 20 or 30 minutes. So, and Dr. Brian, he did all the things that Dr. Orlando did, as well as some other tests. But and he also did the thing where they give you little eye droplets and they dilate your pupils, and and it looks so much like an anime character. But all the tests came back clean. So, as it could be migraines. Um, See, I've never had that. Um, and one, it's only ever in one eye, and I don't believe so. Because like when it sets in, I actually get lightheaded for a little bit, but like there's no actual none of the shooting pain that I've heard people with migraines describe. And again, I left my medical degree in my other pants, but as best I can, I don't believe that's the case. Now, what Dr. Bryan's thinking is that because it always happens after I'm standing up from tying my shoe, like this almost always happens like before I go for a run on the treadmill. He thinks something in the pathing, like something is squeezing the vessels that bring the blood, from the back of my head to the eye. Now, not cutting it off, because again, that would be stroke territory. But like something is just like it's attenuating the flow, and so when that attenuation goes away, the condition goes away. Your ophthalmologist deals with children, Andrea. And he has the dumbest metaphors. One time, he likened your optic nerve as a donut that Homer Simpson has been munching on. Well, if he's talking about Homer Simpson with kids, they're probably not. They might not know what he's talking about. Like, how many kids watch The Simpsons these days? Like, are The Simpsons on the Tiki Talkies? I mean, they probably are. But yeah, so he thinks something in the plumbing leading up to the eye is where the issue is because so he says it's not serious, don't freak out, but and this is where he deviates from Dr. Orlando. He thinks let's find out where the issue is, you know, if for no other reason than just to get some peace of mind. So he gave me a referral letter to some neurologists, and yes, we, you can take the American out of the U.S., but you can't take the U.S. out of the American. My first instinct was, ooh, are they in network? Now, thankfully, the answer is yes. So I think we found 3 neurologists in the city who are in network and I can see. Now they are all over the water in Kowloon, but that's like a slightly longer train ride. Okay, I don't. I haven't gone fully native in that I start to break out in hives whenever I have to leave Hong Kong Island. But especially for something like this, I'll make the trip. For like like go see a movie, it's gonna have to be pretty special for me to go all that way. But for finding out what the hell's wrong with me, okay, I'll do that. So yeah, that is gonna be a high on my to-do list tomorrow. But again, I will say that when I have found kind of a countermeasure when these things happen. So like when I do, so when I do that thing and I stand up and I start to feel that little lightheaded, and then get that little that white haze starts to set in. I find that if I put my head back down, often the lightheadedness goes away, and then I don't lose the vision. Now, can I say why? No. Again, I got the wrong kind of degree at school. But the fact that I can do that is kind of reassuring. So, like you can't posture your way out of a stroke, I assume. So, I'll go to the neurologist, which is a first for me. I don't pretty sure I haven't seen one at any point in my life so far. And then we'll see if we can peek at the plumbing behind the eye and then get an idea of where the issue might lie. Now, what can you do about it when stuff's back there? I don't know. I don't know if there's any mitigation we can do, or if we just need to lean on coping strategies. At least have peace of mind. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is and even just like that in itself will be good. Now, and again, part of the reason I can be sanguine about it is I don't live somewhere where I have to drive on a regular basis. If I did, then I would be more concerned because you really need vision in both eyes if you're going to drive. I It's been a hot minute since I've had to do so, but my memory is having both eyes makes things much easier. Okay. Thought there might be a chance it might be, marginally warm. Nope. Silly me. But yeah, that has been the major development for me, like within like the last couple of weeks. Yeah, got the uncle who was in hospice. He's passed away. Not surprising. Like we've known for like at least like a year, maybe a year and a half, that he wasn't going to be around that long. And I guess if there is an upside, and again, we're really grasping at straws, but if there is an upside there, I do know that he and his siblings, like his sisters, my aunt and my mom, uh, they did reconcile, and because like they went without speaking to each other for years, but now they were again they got together, they talked it through, um, and I guess whatever issues were between them, I think they got them settled, so they were in a much better place when all that came down. Well, we got a Sylvius. Welcome in. Welcome in, Sylvius, and welcome in, friends. How did your stream go? Let me give you a proper welcome here. You were playing Hades. Well,
This corner of the earth is like me in many ways.
nifty. Yeah, but welcome in Sylvius and welcome in Raiders. Yeah, hey, please tell us, how did your stream go? How did the runs go? I think you're playing Hades, a game with which I am not unfamiliar. But yeah, folks, if you're not already, Sylvius is part of our fantastic TLD community here on Twitch. So if you're not already, please do drop him a follow. And if you came in with Sylvius and you don't know me, hi, I'm Trooper Barry. I call myself a variety streamer who happens to play a lot of the Long Dark, as we have been doing for the last couple weeks. You catch me in a very turtle time of our life, where we're going for the misery achievement, things were going swimmingly, and then one Aurora Wolf basically blew up all my plans. Actually, can I pinpoint the day? Yeah, there. So we went from 77% down to 16%. Yeah, an Aurora popped up right when we were finishing up harvesting a doe I happened to snipe, down just right in front of the lookout tower. And I don't ever remember a wolf being anywhere near here, but the little sumbitch parked himself, yeah, there, right there, and then came after me. And he completely disrespected the torch I was holding. So we managed to get away with it. I don't know how, but we did. And so we kind of been turtling up here ever since. But I had 50 odd cattails, a bunch of acorns, and then I the like 6 or 7 full venison steaks. So I said, screw it, I ain't going anywhere. So and also I brought like 40 odd coal back from the mine. So that is how we've been. Yeah, and so we have just now ticked back up over half health, and we have so we're finishing up day 42. Still alive? Yep, still alive. That's the main thing. They appreciate that. So it's not the most exciting gameplay you'll ever see, but the misery is one of the 3 achievements in TLD that I don't have. And I'm very much looking forward to not having to worry about this ever again. Oh, and Sylvius, if you do need to do any post-stream streamer care, hydrate, medicate, snackinate, please feel free to do so. I got I do raid and fade on a regular basis, so no hard feelings if anyone else has to do the same. But yeah, we got 4 days to go max. I've got four deer steaks, another 22 venison, and if we have to start starving, I think we can manage. Very much miserable to get this achievement, yeah. But again, it's right there in the name. Yeah. So we started talking about starvation tactics when we were at 30% health. That was kind of eh. Now that we're at 50, and we are also rocking 3 stims. So I would say it is more viable now than it has been. But in truth, there's no real reason to keep well fed anymore. Other than my deep sense of guilt when it comes to not taking the best care possible of Astrid, and I do. it's the same reason I struggle to speed run Darkwalker, because you gotta play fast and loose with their condition, and I feel mean when I do that. I know, Cats has some fun at my expense, and not unreasonably so. But yeah, if I'm gonna get that time down under 2 hours, I really gotta be meaner. But being mean makes me feel bad. It's the same reason I don't do like the evil or the Dark Urge playthroughs on games. I just want everyone to get along. I'm a I'm a big old Boy Scout like that, I suppose. Another blizzard. Wow, shocking. Hey, Ellie. Oh, oh, Ellie. We've been through some shit. We're just about to hit day 43. But Ellie, look at that. We got an Aurora Wolf that damn near killed us. Yeah, we hit 16%, and we have been ever so slowly grinding our way back. Look, oh, hey, we're up to 60. We're almost up to 2/3 health, chat. That's almost too much health. Oh, right, cabin fever risk again. Right. Yeah, we were living large. We took out Petunia, the misanthrope's bear. We had 10 guts sitting there curing, ready to turn into fishing tackle. I had like I had the enough birch saplings, cured birch saplings, to make 45 arrows. I had 5 cured maple. I I had more food. I had good tools. I was ready to do this. I was ready to basically to do it legit. I was gonna make a bunch of tip ups. We were gonna live off fish for the last couple weeks. I was gonna play it the way it was meant to be played. And then the game decided to engage in shenanigans. And if the game is going to throw bullshit shenanigans at me and, ruin weeks of work, I'm going to shenanigan right back. So, ever since that Aurora Wolf attack, we have been turtling. But, as I'll say, the reason I was able to do that is because I killed 2 does out of spite, because they were jump scaring me. And as it happened, though, like the meat from those does combined with the 50 odd cattails that I was walking around with, those are going to carry us to the finish line. Exactly, and it's misery. And like I think Pancake was saying, we've had like 5 or 6 blizzards in the past week, because the game knows that we are hunkered down and it's trying to make us leave, but nay, nay, I say. Yeah, we're kind of doing the calorie calculations because we have, what is it? We're about to hit day 42, so 3 days after that, I have 18 cattails plus 4 full-size venison steaks. Now, that is not infinitude calories, but is it enough to make it through 3 days? I think it is. Oh, and we're also holding on to 3 stems, so if conditioning becomes a concern, we do have those in our back pocket. All right, let me do this as well. So we have another streamer friend in the house. But good to see you. Good to see you, Ellie.
A loot. Don't let our musician friend see that. Oh my god. I thought I would be able to, like, strum it or something. Yeah. Exactly. Extra charisma smacks overhead with loot.
Okay, yeah, man. I think in 3 days we have that much coal. We'd have to like put in some effort to use that much coal in 3 days. I mean, we could do it, but you lost your misery run. Oh no, trying to push for the forge when you shouldn't have. Oh, that sucks. Did you at least get a PB? Yeah, because I know it is. I speak from experience as well. When it's all too easy to fall into that trap of like thinking health is a resource. Yeah, we'll get cold, but we'll make it up back up. We'll sleep and then we'll power through. No, you really can't power through, especially if you do like me and you get your opening two are frigid bones and haunted mind, which make you get cold way quicker, and then your condition recovery while sleeping is halved. You did? Hey, nice. Got to the third affliction in 16 days. Well done by you. That is very satisfying. Like even if you don't get like the big, well, whatever the big prize, like the big prize is like I guess the one final affliction at the end, but that is like the one of the driving uh one of the driving impulses to play this game is if all else fails, survive one more day than you did last time. So well, again, good job by you. Yeah, I was well. Okay, I was about to say, getting a little nervous, like seeing again, and this is one of the joys of sour stomach. Wondering where the red bar stops, like where it's like you don't see any white in there anymore. Okay, but then how where am I? I could do that. You just hit the status key and then look for your calorie store. Thought it wasn't too bad for your second try and never played. Are you kidding? That's fantastic. Never even played Loper before. Damn, look at you. Seriously, that is excellent stuff. because one way I've heard Misery described is it's like Loper on steroids. Like, yeah, the spawn is standardized, but the early game is very much like early game Loper. Get make sure you get your head and your hands covered, but like find all the usual stuff. Find matches, find a bedroll, get your hacksaw and hammer, and then get your saplings down and your hides down ASAP. It does very much play like Loper, but if you've never played Loper, you're not necessarily familiar with that kind of conveyor belt that regular Loper players are used to. Yeah, absolutely. You should very much be proud of yourself. And then you have that's it. You have even more surprises to look forward to when you start pushing beyond that. And oh, what wonders await once you get deep enough. Mostly knowing where the spawns are, bedrolls, and matches. Yeah, and like that is something like a lot of yeah, that's the kind of knowledge you really only get through, well, either through playing, watching other Loper players, or consulting the loot tables. But not everyone is a fan of doing that. They do that well without chatters tell you where stuff is. Well, I mean, you've clearly got the skills. I'm sure you would figure that out eventually. But yeah, the having the having the audience to drop in ideas as well, it accelerates the process. How about that? It eliminates a lot of trial and error. Oh, oh yes, absolutely Thor. Yeah, yeah. Again, not that Loper has a lot of margin for error, especially when it comes to wolves, but yeah, Misery you cannot switch off for a second. Like if it's not all the wolves, it's the cold, or it's what the fun new directions the affliction takes your game. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Remember, we have four? Four. Okay. And what condition are you in? 59. Oh, yeah, that's still excellent. Want to make our girls some breakfast? Let's make our girls some breakfast. Wolves just carry on Loper. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can go for 100 to 0 even with good clothes. I do know that feeling, unfortunately. But yeah, I would almost say like it's weird because like Misery has like the number of wolves rivals Stalker, but their behavior is like Loper on steroids. Items really is the first debuff. Oh, diminished form. Making wolves struggle longer if you can't fend them off. Yeah, and the instant 5 kilogram carry capacity nerf. That is that's an impediment as well. If you have a hammer knife, cougar knife, it's the same. Well, okay. I was gonna say, I was about to say, tell it to that son of a bitch right there. But no, that boy was an Aurora wolf, so he had he was a little bit more juiced than his other family members. Are we good? Oh, yeah, we got cooking 4.5. It's all right. Yeah, we got up to archery like 2 2/3. Basically, I think like through one archery book, making arrows and like was it landing 2 shots on Petunia, 3 wolves, and 2 deer. But yeah, we're a master of nothing. We're not a master of any skills here, but we have managed to get decent. Okay, I swear this is acting like an outdoor fire. What day? Nope, not tired enough. All right. Uh, we are on day. Okay, I think we're about to hit day 42, or finish day 42, start day 43. Yeah. And ooh, look at that, chat. We're up to 2/3 health. So yeah, so we got that. We basically 2 days to go. Still got sitting on 16 cattails, 3 full venison steaks. Almost to your PB. Yeah, and honestly, so yeah, that first misery run, I could have made it really if I hadn't been so dead set on making a bear hide or making a bear coat, and then basically staying in Milton longer than my food supplies would support. Hey, Zert, welcome in. Good to see you. Run going okay. Well, yeah, we're back up to 2/3 health after being down to 16. Yeah, and we're basically turtling away the last few days. Also, Kia, welcome in. Good to see you as well. You can start starving yourself and then eating during the night if you're scared. I don't know if I'm scared, but I think we can because like yeah we can probably lose well fed at this point and then not be particularly inconvenienced. Oh, I see that side. We don't have cabin fever, Ellie, but I think we do have. Yeah, we had the risk. So, and so my tactic here is you can do the same thing here that you can do in the Mystery Lake lookout tower and the train depot in Transfer Pass, where you can start a fire indoors, but like you put your bedroll down here, or if you're in Transfer Pass, sleep in the pickup truck. and the heat will make it outside, so you can sleep outdoors but still be warm. Have I ever played Grim Dawn? I have not, but I know people who have, and they all speak very highly of it, like one of their favorite ARPGs. So, yeah, if you're looking at it, I think there's a yeah, people do seem to be pretty high on it, but I have not touched it myself. Let's see, did that go out? No. Oh, it's about to. Okay. See how quickly we get cold? About that quickly. There you go. But yeah, so this is just us managing cabin fever. So we don't have to do anything more drastic. But worst comes to worst, I'm sitting on a whole heap of coal. We could spend an entire day outside if we needed to. Oh, you guys, second year's getting back into it. Oh, nice. Mm. Andrew can't wait for TLD2 with co-op. Yeah, it's I'm curious to see how they incorporate that. And yeah, I was listening to the VOD of the Survivors Corner podcast during work today because I can get away with that when I work from home. And I'm curious how they're going to weave that in. If they're also going to lean on the whole the isolation and that feel that you're the last person on Earth. You'd have to round that up to like the last people on Earth. But I guess I assume that you will also have the ability to play Black Frost solo. Like it would be absolutely ridiculous if Hinterland went full friend slop, and I don't see them doing that at all. Like if maybe you have the option, like you can live on the fringes of society like Jeremiah, or you can interact with other people, other, fellow players or NPCs, try to build, rebuild society and start a community, stuff like that. We'll see. You enjoy playing the Forest co-op. Oh, the someone on the end to fight without being ready for it at all. Ooh, yeah, that would be that would be rough. Ellie, you hope is small co-op and no PvP. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, if well, and I just like the kind of aversion to violence that we've seen from Wrath and Hinterland. I'd be surprised if they went like full, PvP shooty shooty. Because like, 'cause, like the whole message. Well, okay, no spoilers for episode 5. But like the whole message that maybe we are all we've ever had, and we got to stick it out together. That is very much at odds with the whole PvP ethos. Zert say Green Hell and 7 Days to Die were okay. Some good, some bad experiences. Yeah, uh, Green Hell wasn't for me, but 7 Days to Die I liked, and that was it's getting loud. That was another one of those games that spent like a decade in early access before finally hitting 1.0. And it was a very different game when when it went when it went full release. Although now that because I have 7 Days to Die, but I don't think I've touched it since 1.0, or probably even a few versions after that, or before that rather. Let's see, oh, so yeah, we should have just ticked over, I think. Yep, 42 days. So yeah, so what? One more day we match our PB. 2 more days. Well, no, no, we're on day 43. Yeah, I think when it ticks over to day 45, I think that's when the final affliction hits, and that's when we are released from our labors. 7 days I had a lot of kids though. Did it? Did it have a lot of kids? Or do you mean a lot of kids playing it? I don't I don't remember there being child zombies, but or maybe we're probably talking about different things. Oh, kids playing. Okay, okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha.